Hi guys, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman, and this week, courtesy of Land Rover Laval, I'm checking out this exclusive one-of-one blacked out edition Defender. The all-new Defender offers a few different engine options, but mine being the 110 version, I received the larger 3-liter 6-cylinder 8-speed automatic transmission, which produces 395 horsepower, 406 pounds of foot torque. But what makes this a blacked out edition model unique? Well, of course, it's the styling. And my friends here at Land Rover Laval have available this completely bespoke version Defender with premium quality satin black wrap, matching front and rear blacked out bumper trims, and 22-inch wheels. The original Defender is known for its off-road capabilities, and I'm confident this all-new Defender will be no different. But at the end of the day, this is a large, luxury, sexy SUV with 395 horsepower. So how does it sound? Hit it! Oh yeah! Amazing! Like I previously mentioned, this blacked out exclusive Defender comes equipped with 22-inch wheels. And they're probably not the best choice for any off-road excursions, but if you want to arrive in style, this is your choice. But notice the gap between the tire and the wheel arch protection. It's a pretty big gap. That's because all new Defenders come equipped with air suspension. Now there's actually two ways that you can adjust the air suspension. One way is using a button up front, which I'll show you a little bit later. Or for convenience, there's two buttons here located on the side. And if you have large items that you need to load in, well then this makes it easy. And it lowers quite quickly. But I mentioned it earlier, this is the 110 edition model, which means it's the extended version. And if you purchase from Land Rover Laval, they've actually equipped it the way I would purchase it, and that's without the third row seating option. They've taken that out to provide you with extra storage space. But what I appreciate, and I think you will too, if you're a dog lover or an animal lover, is they kept the option to have the third row climate control intact. And you also still received extra cup holders. But if you need even more space, well, those second row seats actually fold completely flat as well. One of the first things I noticed about this all-new Defender is the comfort. Quite often, automotive manufacturers and luxury brands as well forget about second row passengers, but not in this all-new Land Rover. Everything that you receive up front in terms of comfort is available back here as well. Connectivity is the best that I've ever seen. Everybody receives their own connective port. Everybody also receives their own storage. Behind front seats, on the side, you have your traditional cup holders. Some of the standout features though are definitely the panoramic sunroof, and I like the classic shout out to the original Defender, and that being those Alpine window panels. It looks great, but something new that I've never seen before, and it's available in the Defender, is actually blind spot detection for rear seat passengers. When you go to get out, you're actually notified if you have a pedestrian approaching, a car, or even a bicycle. And that is pretty cool. So here's a fun fact. The Defender can actually be configured to fit 8 passengers. That's right. The center console can be removed and you can actually put an additional seat right here. So that means 3 passengers up front, 3 in the middle, and then 2 additional in that third row. But I keep saying it, my friends here at Land Rover Laval have equipped this Defender with comfort and class in mind. That said, I'm going to start with storage because it's everywhere. You have it in the front, you even have storage behind your infotainment screen, and of course you have tons of space on the side. You also have the option of turning your center console into a refrigerator, but this one-of-one bespoke blackout style Defender actually has that executive in mind because it's equipped with wireless charging and hot spotting. If you're looking for more cup holder space, well, you could remove this panel up top and you have 2 additional cup holders. Just be advised they are different sizes. And talk about that storage, it's deep. Okay, it goes deep and then further back as well. Connectivity, just as good as in that second row. But if you've noticed, the dashboard has been decluttered and simplified, and that's basically because you can put that additional passenger. But I like how it's been decluttered and all the instrumentation is easier to use. They're all multi-functioned. Now earlier I mentioned that you can change the suspension ride height on the fly. You can do that up top here. Just look for the symbol which has the Defender silhouette and then the arrow. Push it up or down and the suspension will move up or down. If you want to change your climate control, well, just push the button down below on the right hand side and it will actually highlight which way you could actually change, and that's going to be your fan settings. This one does come with the heated and ventilated seats. Again, you just push the button and you follow which way the arrow is telling you to push. Very, very simple. Now, you also receive the advanced terrain setting. So if you want to change your driving modes, just as simple. Look for that Defender symbol, give it a push, and then you could actually scroll through it to choose if you want that low traction setting, high traction setting, or honestly, if you're even going to drive through water. In relation to the infotainment screen, incredibly simple to use and sensitive to touch. The camera angles on the Defender are amazing. Give it a push. You completely see that 360 vision around you, and that helps a lot if you plan to off-road your Defender because it lets you see those sharp angles on what you're about to hit so you don't hit it. Another digital view that you're going to want is this rear view digital camera. You want it, okay? Give it a quick flip and it's going to show you what's going on behind you, because if you go with that optional third row and you have that spare tire hanging back there, you're not going to be able to see. And I'll speak about that on my test drive. As for the driver cluster, again, so beautiful and the graphics are amazing. If you want to change what's being displayed, well, just go on the left hand side and give it a quick scroll through. You can 100% change what you're actually looking at to your preference. On the right hand side, you have your adaptive cruise settings and of course, heated steering wheel. But let's go out for that test drive and I'll speak more about the comfort, the drivability, and my overall impressions. All new Land Rover Defender, and I have 2 words for you: big and beautiful. Oh yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed my time behind the steering wheel of this blacked out edition model. And I mean, if you want to stand out from the crowd, the only one you should be purchasing is this blacked out edition model that my friends at Land Rover Laval have. But let's jump right into the driving capability. So unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to do any off-road driving like I just did with the fat truck. But that said, if you are in the market for a large luxury SUV, you really should be considering this one because it's smooth, the turning radius is great, and for a heavier vehicle, it actually carries itself through the gears very well. So I mentioned earlier 8-speed automatic transmission, and there's not a lot of lag in between those gears. You really put down that throttle and it goes. And I fully didn't expect that with this vehicle being so heavy. But one thing you have to make sure that you're purchasing is this digital rear view camera. I'm telling you, if you go for the third row seating and you had that spare tire on the back, you're not going to be able to see. So you need this camera to give yourself a much better vision. And talk about that camera. I'm pretty confident, you know, what I showed you in imaging doesn't do it justice, because the camera in here is nice. And if you are going to be off-roading, those camera angles help. But what I think you'll like a lot is the connectivity and the reduced noise level in here. You also have air purification too, so it actually circulates a lot better. So that's a nice added touch when you have those guests. But overall impression, wow, I have to tell you, I didn't expect it to be as smooth, as comfortable, but I think it was the engine that impressed me the most, because it really gets up and goes when you push that throttle. And it sounds fantastic. But if you want more information about this particular model, because like I said, it's one of one. You want something different? Well, you don't get any more different than one of one. So I'll provide the information down below so you can contact my friends at Land Rover Laval. But for now, guys, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss How To Tuesday or Feature Car Friday. Thanks, guys.